Hey everyone, and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I am back with the double rotating Beads of the Month Club that I received for February 2024. This one happens to include the size 11.0 Miyuki Delica beads, and I also have on either side the Findings Companion Pack and Crystals Companion Packs, which are two optional additions that you can add on to any beading subscription. There's lots of different options and things to choose from, not just the rotating club or the Delica beads, and you can find out all that information on their website, of course. So I will have that listed right down below the video. You can click on the link to be taken directly to their website. And I also have a coupon code. It's OPAL10, OPAL10, if you'd like to sign up for a new subscription. That'll save you 10% off the first month of your first club. We'll start out with the Findings Companion Pack, though. This one is a $12.95 add-on. Like I said, it's got the list of everything included there on the front. These are high quality findings and typically include things that are a little bit outside of the box or a little bit different than some of the basics that most people may have already in their bead stash. So it's a fun way to discover new findings and add some unique detail to your pieces. This one looks like is in a bright gold assortment, and that will change every month. So you're going to get a rotation of different colors and finishes. And here is a little flip over there of our bright gold findings. And we'll go down the list of everything so we can take a close-up look at each of these one at a time. All right, so up first, we have the Tiara Cast Heart Ring and Quatrefoil Links. So two different options there. One of them, the heart having the hammered and dimensional detail, the other one just being pretty smooth and left simple, showing off that shape. These are both the same on either side, and there's so much you can do with things like this, like using these to connect different strands of pieces and also connecting fringe to the bottoms of components like this. The list could go on. Those are just a few ideas that come to the top of my mind. Up next, we have a swirl button, and we also have a set of two rectangular connectors, those having loops and also the openings in the center. Again, you could bead inside of that or around those or leave them as simple as they are. And then there's that button. It's got the delicate swirl-like detail, almost reminds me of a shell of some kind, and the two prominent holes there in the center. And there's a look at the other side. So pretty much the same on both sides. Next up is what is called the Add a Bead Pinch Bail. And you can see there, you would just add a pendant or something right there in between those two posts, and then you could pinch that together to secure it. And this is in the coordinating bright gold, just like our other findings, with that finish being the same on both sides. Next up, we have a magnetic clasp, and it says that the style of that could vary. Mine's just got some simple stripes going around the outside. And then there's also two sets of earring findings. These are ones with a hidden loop that is located there on the larger teardrop shaped portion at the bottom. And they've included those rubber stoppers to go along with them. And here we have a set of 4 of the 8x6mm cones. These are great for finishing off seed bead ropes or leather cord that's maybe thicker or any thicker cord. You could use them to finish up some kumihimo, make tassels, all sorts of things there. And then a set of 10 of the oval jump rings in the coordinating color, with those oval shapes being a bit more of a secure way to connect parts of your jewelry together so that the openings are naturally going to gravitate towards either side of the oval rather than where that is split open. And then last but not least, here is another take on what could be a very simple finding, but as you can see, they've included something with a little bit more flair. And that is our set of 10 2-inch spearhead pins in the 22 gauge size, with that really cool flattened diamond shape at the bottom that will hold your beads intact or anything that you're going to put on top of that, but also add a little bit more of a handmade or artisan-like detail with those shiny gold spears on the end. So we're off to a great start with our findings, it looks like. And as usual, we have another fun assortment of things that are different from the items that we've received before, not just in the different color, but it's always a fun surprise to see what sorts of things they've sourced for us to take our beading up a notch. And along that line, we're also going to check out their newer companion pack. This is the Crystal Companion Pack, which is meant to contain items that are going to either be genuine Swarovski crystal or similar to that level of quality. And we've got 3 different items included in this one. Once again, this is optional, so you don't have to subscribe to this, but if you already are a subscriber of one of their beading clubs, these don't add any additional shipping costs to your package. So let's do a brief flip over of this one. There's our 3 different types of beautiful crystals, and once again, we'll take a closer look at each one of these styles. And here we start out with item number 1. This is a genuine Swarovski crystal silver shade triangle frame pendant. Isn't that stunning? It is just catching the light in a beautiful way. You can see how smooth the faces of those cuts are. A really substantial piece that'll hold up well with that good size thickness that you can see as I'm holding it on the sides. So well done. No cuts or any weird scratches or anything. And this is another one of those components you could keep really simple just to show off the beauty that it already has, or you can bead around this in a number of different ways with, say, a peyote stitch style bail. This would also look really cool with some wire wrapping. So it's one of those items that gets me thinking and maybe inspired to come up with something based on this material alone. Looks like we're fortunate enough to have all genuine Swarovski crystal in this particular companion pack. This in my hand is a sampling of 10 of the violet opal champagne bicones in the 6mm size. Love that little bit of a fiery glow that they have inside that milky light pink glass. Just that beautiful sunshiny glow as you move them around. And it listed 10. I actually have 8 here because I pulled 2 out. I was starting to work on a new pair of earrings, and I felt like 2 of these would work well with that. So if those turn into anything, I will definitely be sure to share later on. And the third and final item in our companion pack is a selection of 24 of the genuine Swarovski crystal amethyst AB rounds in the 5mm size. Gorgeous sparkle and iridescence on some parts of the crystals on the outside, as you can see, and that deeper purple color overall. And as usual, just lots of beautiful and precisely cut facets that reflect the light and that AB coating so beautifully. So that's just another idea of what you could receive in the Crystals Companion Pack. Again, you're going to get different colors and a different collection of items each and every time. And sometimes they'll include pendants like this or other focal items and all sorts of different shapes of beads, not just the bicones and the rounds. And now for the main event, we're going to look at the double rotating size 11.0 Miyuki Delicas Beads of the Month Club. And you are welcome to sign up for just Delicas if you want to receive those every month. If you know you like to work with them, that is an option. And you can also sign up to receive their rotating club, which will rotate you through all the different types of beads that they have to offer, which is a great option if you're more adventurous, you like to work with a range of different things, and maybe you want something different in your mailbox every month to inspire you. They also have 2 different sizes of all of their beading clubs. This happens to be the double, so it's going to contain twice the quantities of beads as their single size, but both options will provide you with 8 different containers and types of beads on a monthly basis. And they're going to follow a beautiful color palette and scheme. This one is called Carnival Night. And if you're on the same rotation as me, you might have gotten this one. You could have also gotten a different type of color palette and scheme depending on their stock levels and also maybe what you've already received in the past. But let's flip this over. Gorgeous. We've got some bright pops of color to look at. Very inspiring palette. So once again, let me get organized and we'll take a closer look at each of these 8 containers of Delica beads one at a time. All right, up first we have the dark Coral lined crystal AB Delica beads, just a stunning bright flash of that reddish color with a pink undertone. These are really stunning. They have the crystal clear outside with that bright color lining the hole itself. And there's also a luster coating on the outside of the glass, which gives these an iridescent quality as well. Here is our second selection, and these are called the Sparkle Amethyst Line Crystal. It's got a gorgeous sort of blueberry purplish color with a blue undertone. Again, it's got the crystal clear exterior or surround, and the color actually lining the hole. This time, though, there is no extra luster coating. They're just left clear and glossy. And here is container number 3. This is holding the opaque Kelly green. And as usual, I like how they've included different finishes and styles of the Delica beads. So we're not just getting like all opaques or all crystal with the colorful lining. We're getting a mixture. So when you put these together, a lot of times that helps when you are designing maybe directly from the contents, because these really work well together. This variety being the opaque, as you can see, and that really crisp, fresh, sort of grass green color. Container number 4 contains the dyed transparent red violet variety. Just look at how vibrant those are. That is a stunning shade of purple. And this time in a transparent variety, so it does let a little bit of the light through, unlike our opaque green and unlike the color lined types that we first looked at, which have the opaque lining. These have the color going all throughout the entire surface of the glass, and there is just the slightest hint of a reddish pink undertone to the purple. In container number 5, we have the matte transparent Montana. So this adds some of the dark neutral to the palette in that really deep gray. It's got a subtle bluish undertone with the matte and frosty appearance, and one of those colors that would go with pretty much anything. These also having the slightest amount of transparency, so a little bit of light would shine through. In container number 6, this is holding the Frost Opaque Glaze Rainbow Shamrock. So a lot going on in the name of these, but overall they are more of a toned down olive green that don't have a super glossy coating. And if there is any iridescence or luster, it's extremely subtle. And I like that we have this other shade of green. If you wanted to use these together with that brighter green, they would go great, especially adding a little bit of dimension. It's a good balance of some of these brighter pops of color with some of these toned down and neutral options all in one package. In container number 7, we have the silver lined Duracoat Hibiscus color. And I love these containers, by the way. I love the fact that all of the Beads of the Month Club beads, I should say for the most part, come in these flip top containers, which are reusable, and they don't come open very easily. They're also crystal clear, so you can get a good idea of the colors inside. But back to this, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the silver lined Hibiscus. That's another vibrant one and another style there with the silver lining. It adds that reflective quality running through each of those Delica beads, each of those little cylinders. And also we have the almost neon coral color, which is quite similar to the coral lined crystal AB ones that we have on the other side. But put together, these just have that subtle difference in the silver lining and the color line styles, which again just adds another level of interest when using some of these beads in combination with each other. And in our 8th and final container, we have the metallic steel iris variety. I just think that's such a wonderful way to wrap up this assortment. It's always great to get a neutral and a really shiny metallic because those end up working with so many different things as well. And these have a really reflective and shiny coating, which will be beautiful, especially just look at those, for example, next to those matte grayish Delica beads. Just the contrast of that is pretty neat. And again, balances out some of those brighter colors that we have in the palette. So that wraps it up for the double rotating 11.0 Delica's Beads of the Month Club and those additional findings companion packs and the crystal companion for the month of February 2024. I love being able to come back and share these selections with you on a monthly basis, and I hope you enjoy them too. I highly recommend Beads of the Month Club. Not just these particular beads, but also any of their beading clubs. They're all fantastic, consistent, and a wonderful option if you know exactly the types of things you like. And whether or not you're more adventurous or want to get some of the essentials like delicas or seed beads, for example, they have those options too. You can also check out the playlist that I have. I've got a number of different unboxings going back several years, so you'll get an idea of all the different types of clubs they have to offer and a number of examples of color selections and palettes that they've sent, which they do a beautiful job with. I want to mention too, if you're not in the US, you can always contact them via their customer service and they will try to provide you with a quote for your specific location for shipping if you wanted to see how much that would be. Don't hesitate to reach out to them. And as one of their perk for subscribers, they offer a special link that's included on the paper invoice in your package. And that'll bring you to a website that changes each month. It's going to have 3 free downloadable printable beading patterns, a lot of which include some more adventurous styles of beads, but of course often include basics like your delicas and seed beads like you see here. So over time you can continue to collect patterns and add them to your digital library. And like I said, I just recommend you going to their website, checking out all the different club options that they have, lots of information there. And again, that's down below the link as well as that coupon code, which will save you 10% off your first club package. And that is OPAL10, OPAL10. And you can use that to get started. I just love this uplifting, bright, and vibrant, and I'll say energetic palette too. Like I said, I already had some fun diving into a couple of those crystals and even some of these Delica beads, trying to come up with something new, which I love doing in addition to sharing these unboxings. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I hope to be back very soon with more tutorials and lots of other beading content. And of course, I've got lots of Delica tutorials already going back several years, so lots of inspiration there. But that wraps it up for now. I can't wait to dig in some more to these beads. I hope you all enjoyed checking out this month's selection that I received. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share it with your other beading friends. I hope to see you all again real soon, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.